Hello and welcome back to another Fear the Walking Dead video, and today I will be talking about what if Nick Clark survived Season 4 Episode 3. So in this scenario, Nick is shot by Charlie. However, instead of dying, Alicia, Strand and Luciana manage to stop the bleeding and keep him stable. However, he is still going to die without proper medical treatment. So the rest of Season 4A is about Alicia, Strand and Lucy trying to save him, and when they find June, Alicia does not want to kill her, but to use her to save Nick. Moving on to Season 4B, and it will be about Morgan getting the group back together and Martha in the storm. Nick's plot will be about him and his recovery and relapse into drinking and drug use. The stress of almost dying and losing his mother hits Nick hard, and he struggles to deal with the guilt. However, the storm hits and Nick is forced to go through withdrawals during the chaos with only Lucy by his side, as Strand went out with John to deal with Charlie and Alicia was out with Morgan at the time. The overall plot would be the same, minus the Lucy returning the book subplot. In Season 5, Nick would be one of the key people behind Morgan's plan and would be a big supporter in the plane idea and would go with Morgan and the group on the trip. In Season 5A, Nick would spend a lot of his time caring for Lucy as she was injured in the plane crash. And he would also go back with Althea to find out about the mysterious walkers and end up learning about this CRM along with her. In Season 5B, Nick would choose to learn how to fight like Morgan, taking what Morgan says about life seriously, but does challenge Morgan that life has to be taken sometimes. Once they get to the oil fields, Nick and Lucy would focus their time on working and maintaining a steady flow of petrol for Morgan and the convoy. When Virginia takes over the oil fields, Nick and Lucy will stay behind so that everyone else can leave. In Season 6, it is mostly exactly the same, as Nick does not play a role in the story until Episode 6 when the oil fields are under attack. During this chaos, he takes a leadership role and tries to save as many people as possible, and is a key supporter in June's decision to save Virginia from the bite. In Season 6B, once Nick returns to the community, he helps Morgan build up Morgantown, and when the cult threat emerges, Nick, Alicia, Wes and Lucy infiltrate the cult to try and find out as much as they can about them. This episode ends with Nick staying behind, sacrificing himself so that the others can escape. He is then captured by Teddy, and in the final episodes, Teddy takes Nick back to where Madison died and then locks him away in a bunker. The rest of the season plays out the same, with the nukes being launched and Alicia being present this time, and ending up with Strand by the end of the season, slightly concerned about what the man is becoming. Season 7 begins with Strand and Alicia trying to build the tower, finding Will. As in the episode, they go to the bunker, but it is empty. The episode ends with Strand killing Will, and Alicia, appalled by this, decides to leave Strand and to go find Nick on her own. The rest of this half season is exactly the same, and in episode 8, Nick returns with Alicia. The episode is about finding Padre minus the following Walker plot, and Nick reveals that he was bitten in the bunker. And Season 7B is mostly the same too, with the march to war as Nick slowly gets sicker and sicker. While Alicia tries to help him as much as possible, Nick realises that maybe war is not a good idea and tries to settle things with Strand with peace talks. As in the show, Wes turns against everyone and the tower is blown up. And in the final episodes, Alicia helps Nick save Strand and everyone leaves the fallout zone, Nick included. The season ends with Madison returning and finding out that her children are alive. And moving on to Season 8, the Padre season, and Nick's role in the season would be an interesting one. Because of the state of Nick at the end of Season 7, Padre would abandon Nick along with Daniel in the wasteland, and the two would spend years building a network and a militia to take on Padre. Both Nick and Alicia would still believe Madison's dead up until Episode 3, when Alicia and Madison are brought to the train carriage to be experimented on. Both escape, and then all the Clarks finally reunite after that. The rest of the half season plays out exactly the same, and with the Clarks focused on helping Morgan take down Padre, and once he is gone, all three of the Clarks then take over as the new leaders. And Season 8B is when Troy returns, and the overall episodes and story arc will be the same. Troy will still want to take over Padre and still want to kill Madison. The difference is that Troy will not be talking about killing Alicia, and he will be more conflicted by the presence of Nick. Nick would try to get Troy to see reason, but he will not be successful, and Madison would still kill Troy again. Tracy would then run off, and Nick would run after her, and eventually taking her on as his own daughter after promising to look after her. The season would end with Madison sacrificing herself once again, but once again surviving because of Nick and Alicia finding her. And the final scenes of the show would be of Madison and Alicia returning and leading Padre as Nick, Tracy and Lucy go off to continue and maintain and rebuild Lucy's network. And that is what I think would happen in this what if scenario. So please tell me down below, what do you think about what if Nick survived? Do you like it? Do you not? I'd like to know all your thoughts down below. So this is it for me today. So goodbye, peace out, and I'll talk to you later.